Good morning. Yesterday I said it's all about oil. Today's video is all about oil and some energy. So I'm going to talk about pump prices because they're higher today. I'm going to show you that they won't be higher for longer. Where have I heard that before? Higher for longer. Haven't heard that in a while. And I'm going to talk about the best politician Canada has. First up, pump prices are higher. Why? EU sanctions. The EU announced new sanctions against Russia. That caused oil prices to go up a little bit and, of course, gasoline prices to go up with them. But that has reversed course this morning. What's going on? Well, first up, OPEC Plus has adjusted its forecast downward for the rest of 2024 and into 2025. And then the IEA poured salt in the wound. They're saying there's going to be a supply glut, even though OPEC Plus has delayed their production increases to the second quarter of 2025. Now, for some reason, people kept putting drill baby drill in my comments yesterday. Drill baby drill ain't gonna happen. You know that, right? Like, did you guys ever think through anything you say before you say it? West Texas Intermediate is below $70 a barrel. And there's too much oil on the market. They ain't drilling shit. The US government is not gonna make these companies work against their best interest. Like, they're not gonna spend money to drill more to make less. That makes no sense. So yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Oil prices are not going to go down because Donald Trump has come into power. Donald Trump is famous for increasing oil prices, not decreasing them. Since we're on the topic of politics, I want to talk about the best politician in Canada right now, Doug Ford. So I'm just trying to show you how our biases need to be pushed to the side. See, I have a problem with Doug Ford. I have a problem with the Greenbelt policy. I have a problem with the healthcare policy here in Ontario. It's horrible. And I have a problem with his, fixation with putting alcohol in corner stores. I don't understand. You can buy alcohol on the side of the 401 now. Do you think that makes sense? Nonetheless, Doug Ford is leading the way with this little problem we got with the United States.
We will go to the full extent, depending how far this goes. We will go to the extent of cutting off their energy, going down to Michigan, going down to New York State, and over to Wisconsin. I don't want this to happen, but my number one job is to protect Ontario, Ontarians, and Canadians as a whole.
Yes, all the states that border Ontario, we're going to shut off their power in the middle of winter. And their natural gas. Also, for those of you who think we should give the United States everything they want, because for some reason you have a love affair with that orange turd down south. Market snapshot, almost all Canadian crude oil exports went to the United States. 97% of crude oil exports went to the US. How much oil does Canada produce? 5.7 million barrels per day. Since we send almost all of our oil to the United States, if we shut off the tap, we're essentially removing 5.7 million barrels per day from the worldwide supply. The price of oil would go through the roof, as would inflation, as would interest rates. It would get ugly. Do you know how much it pains me that in these difficult times, the best ideas are coming from Doug Ford? When we had the inflation problem, what did he do? He paused gas taxes. He made it cheaper. He's continued that policy and extended tax cuts. Ottawa proposes a tax holiday. Doug Ford says, good idea. We'll match that. Now the US want to try and strong-arm Canada. Doug Ford's like, all right, we'll just cut off your power in the middle of winter and your heat. Freeze, motherfuckers. Do you know how much it pains me to say that I wish we had this guy in Ottawa? Not all heroes wear capes.